Okay, now I'm going to get into a corner setup that another player also put a video up of. Now there was a little confusion between me and this player as far as the exact setup. And I said this is an old setup of mine, and I was told that I didn't do it exactly like it was in this video. In reality, I do both high and deep jump kicks. First, let's start what the setup is. The setup shown in the video is 2-1-2 clone, and then a deep jump kick, which has advantage, and then 2-1-2 clone again. You can do a deep jump kick or a high jump kick. First, I want to pay attention to the fact that you have two different kinds of pushback. You have this far pushback right here, and then you also have a close pushback. Let's see if we can get it. Now this far pushback again. This is totally random, by the way. The pushback is totally random. Even if you were to record this over and over again, see we got a close pushback there. If you were to record having yourself do it once and then play it back in a replay mode, it would do different pushbacks sometimes, even though you recorded it so the timing stays the same. So, first thing I want to pay attention to is the setup is this, release block, and then you would jump kick them, and then go into a combo. And this can work off both setups. Now, first of all, I want you to pay attention to the fact that, go ahead and uppercut, down two. He can't uppercut, he can't down four me, he can't anti-air me in traditional mean. Now, these setups change from low hitbox characters to high hitbox characters. So we're going to start in the case of Sonya here, who is a low hitbox character. First, what you want to do is, because of the random pushback, you want to first take a second, don't commit to anything immediately, but you want to visually observe exactly which kind of pushback you got. Okay, so now this is a far pushback. If I would have got a close pushback, I'd be right about here. Now, okay, go ahead and get ready to jump. Jump. If I'm trying to jump and step back to, duplicate, like do the clone, I get the close one, step back and then jump in, and he goes ahead and jumps over me. Since I'm walking backwards to trying to respace myself for the jump kick, since I didn't take a second to see exactly where I was, no matter what, I'm going to space the jump kick out the exact same time, he's going to be able to jump out. Go ahead and jump out. This way, if I take a second, no matter what he does, whether it's the far jump in, oops, let's back up. I'll get back in the corner. Let's see if I can get the close one now. There we go. No matter what he does, I'm still able to anti-air him, all because I took that second to say, okay, the clone trap is up. You do have time to keep doing what you want to do, but you have a second to see where am I on the screen. That's the first thing. The next thing is a down. If he's like a low hitbox character, go ahead and down for me, but do it late. If he down fours me late, in other words, even if it's a close one, if he down fours me late, and it's a lot easier to do it late off a close one because you can go ahead and do the high jump kick. If he down fours me on time, a lot of times he's going to just get frozen. The jump kick is going to whiff. And I'm going to be able to, 2-2-4, get him in the corner there. And if he does it late, like, if I put the clone trap up and I'm, kind of seeing what I want to do here, and then, that's fine, that's on time. I mean, but basically he has to see what I'm going to do. That's my point. I have options there. Go ahead and block. You have options there because while he's seeing what you're going to do, you also have the option to do something like that, and then you get a corner combo as well. So you do have several options that he has to be leery of, and while he's looking for all this, you can still come in and throw. So let me tell you the order on which I do this particular situation here. First thing is, let me show you the difference between the high and this particular thing right here. If you're going to do the high one, you're going to have to dash forward a little bit. Here, you don't have to dash forward at all. You're already in range. There's the high jump kick and the deep jump kick. The deep jump kick has nothing to do with the range. It doesn't matter if you get the close pushback and you back up and do this, back up and do this, or if you get the far pushback and do that. It doesn't matter because, as you can see, I can do it from here. No matter how I do it, let's see if I can get the close. I'm still getting the far one every time. The bottom line is the deep jump kick matters where you place it, not where you jump from. The reason why I do the high jump kick is in the event I get a close clone, like close pushback. See, if I get a far one, if he tries to jab me out of the air or down one me out of the air, like a low hitbox character after a while, they'll down for you or whatever it is, but like a high hitbox character, or not like a high hitbox character, but a character that doesn't have like a Sonya or Melina type downfall, like a Cage or something like that, or even like a high hitbox character, they might try to jab you out of the air or down one you out of the air. Well, obviously, if I get the far pushback, go ahead and block. If I get the far pushback, go ahead and try to jab me out of the air. Oops. If I'm trying to do a deep jump kick, like time my jump kick so it hits here, he's going to be able to anti-air me out. But if I go ahead and do a high jump kick, oops, mistimed it there, then he's going to be hit onto the clone. So the problem with doing a deep jump kick is a lot of times you're just going to be jabbed out of the air or down jabbed out of the air. All right, now on the close one, again, if I'm trying to do, see, because I have to wait, you know, it's going to be a problem because he's going to jab me out of the air. Again, watch. Okay, I saw where I was. I try to deep jump kick, he jabs me out of the air, or he down ones me out of the air. So I don't want to do a deep jump kick there because I'm playing against like a Johnny Cage or a character that's going to jab me out of the air. So this is something, or you know, like I guess even like say you have Jax in the corner, he doesn't have any meter, he can't armor out. You know, I don't want to worry about having to get down one or jabbed out of the air. So that's when I'm going to go ahead and do this high jump kick here. Because if I were to go ahead and do the deep jump kick, then I'm going to get jabbed out of the air. So in the situation of, okay, so you're fighting a character, if you get the close pushback, you always want to do the high. Based on the character you're playing, or even the far, you want to take a step forward and do this one. You don't ever want to take a step back if you do the close one, because that's going to allow them to jump over you, or jump over the clone. So if you get the close one, then you either want to do a deep jump in or a high jump in. And the same thing with the far one. You can either do the deep one or the high one, based on what you think the opponent's going to do and the character he has. Low hitbox, high hitbox, what are the common anti-airs for said character, so on and so forth. After you go through that progression, after a while, the player will generally say, I'm tired of getting kicked in the face. I'm going to start blocking now. Block. Then when the player starts blocking, then you can say, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because the player started blocking. That frees up the deep jump kick. You know, because then they're not going to try to anti-air you at all with your jabs or down jabs or whatever. Now you can beat the deep jump kick with a neutral jump punch or a while landing punch, and you can even beat the high jump kick with a neutral jump punch. The deep one you probably have to use a while landing punch, especially if you do it from range here. But either way, like a while landing punch or like a jump back punch or kick, a lot of times can do wonders against the jump kick, the deep jump kick or whatever. So what you would do is, so I take a second here, jump back with a punch. Here. See what's going on. Hold on. Yeah, he waits for me to come in. I'm seeing what's going on. I come in. Oops. You come in, they go to, and they're onto the clone. And of course, this setup, the timing you have to do this varies off of. Now, if he did the neutral jump punch there, jump back punch or jump back kick, it would have hit him. Go ahead and do it again. So you can kind of see what they're going to do. Now, obviously, the timing is different based on if you get the far pushback. If you get the far pushback, then it's going to be you don't have the same amount of time to kind of fool around a little bit because you have to close distance a little faster. If you get the far pushback, you kind of have to commit a little earlier, like come in immediately, you know, and then either commit to coming in and doing like a jump back, coming in like doing like a range 2-2. Yeah, wait till I come in. Like a range 2-2, something like that to get him onto the clone or something like that. You have to commit a little faster because you have more pushback. So basically, if you're a Sub-Zero player, you have to remember that there is a difference in doing the deep jump kick and the high jump kick based on the character you're playing, their anti-air options, low hitbox, high hitbox, and that kind of a lot of times vary. That kind of determines what kind of anti-air option your opponent's going to do. But the one thing you definitely don't want to do is immediately commit without taking at least a second to see where you are and what's going on after the 2-1-2 clone goes up. That is one of the most important things. There's a lot of options here to go over. You have extreme advantage in the situation, but you really have to know how to use your advantage to its maximum because your opponent also has options, and these options were not covered in that video that was put up.